So, hello everybody. Welcome to BlackBerry Central Podcast episode 10. Today we have myself, Khaled. We have Indy, Greg, and Dylan. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Not too shabby.
That's good. So we're going to be talking about a couple things today. First thing we're going to talk about is the end of life for devices. Next thing we're going to touch on is Chen's amazing job on showing off the Priv. We'll talk about some details on the Priv and then be comparing it to the Black. So I just want to thank everybody for participating in the Fund to Phone campaign that we did. It was successful. We sold, I think, 46 shirts, Dylan?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
46. And we did a draw for the winner, and it was Sherry?
Sherry, that's right.
Yeah. I think she's located in BC. So congratulations to Sherry. She
Awesome.
got a BlackBerry Passport Silver Edition. Good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would have chose, that's for sure. So device end of life. BlackBerry Z10, Q10, and Z30. No longer on the website. Dylan, what do you think?
It's it's time for it. It's like there's
For sure.
Q5, I think, on Shop BlackBerry, at least here in Canada. Just the white edition of that. That's it. Otherwise, it's all Passport, Porsche, Elite.
Yeah.
I
don't see anybody buying those devices anymore anyways.
Yeah, but some people are saying, my device, if it goes EOL, then if it's using the same chipset as the Leap, then how is mine EOL but not the Leap as well, or the Classic, for example? But they can still just continue producing or developing for, those other DSLs and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
not hard.
It usually brings up questions of software updates too.
Yeah.
I think it was necessary. It's BlackBerry's commitment to bring out better and newer hardware and supporting better hardware and stuff like that. So I think it's a necessary move.
For sure. Chen said 10.3.3 in March, I think. Yeah. So I wonder if that's going out to all the devices or just the ones that are available now.
If I recall, the statement was it was going out to all devices.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that should be it for those phones. I think that would be the last update. Now the question, of course, was, will that be the last update for BB10? That's the big question up in the air.
I hope not. And I don't think so. They're keeping it for enterprise, all those guys. They wouldn't have released a Passport Silver Edition so late in the game if they weren't planning on continuing to support it, right?
One would hope.
We hope so.
Yeah.
Well, so we look at timeline and BlackBerry Central, considering around like October 20th, I think it is when the first beta starts for 10.3.3, and then in March is when we're supposed to have that unveiling, which is something like 6 months, I think. So we at least get 6 more months, and then from 10.3.3, they could easily just say, okay, we're going to continue supporting BlackBerry 10, but we're not doing any more major updates. So no 10.4, but we'll do minor security updates kind of thing. I could see that happening.
Well, I think an interesting thing would be is that every major iteration of an OS update has been released alongside a device. So I think that adds to the fire as well.
So you're saying another BlackBerry 10 device in March, maybe?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying Let's see where it takes us. Are we gonna see a 10 low-end handset? Does that even make sense?
To me, it makes sense. I remember old BBOS days, and BB5 came out on one device, and 6 wasn't available for that device. You had to get a new device for 6, and then you had to get a new device for 7. It's kind of been nice. I'm sitting on a Z10 because my 30 broke, and it's nice that I can be on 10.2 and I'll get 10.3 rather than having to go to a new device every time.
Yeah, that's true. And the thing is I feel like it's speeding up BlackBerry 10 with every update, other than Android runtime. If anything, it's making the devices better.
Which it should.
Well, you look at other companies and their updates are slowing phones, right?
Well, isn't that Apple's plan? They bring up an update, and the update for the 6 kills the 4, and the update for the next one kills the 5. And
yeah.
Maybe we could even see a high-end device being released at 10.2.3, like a Porsche design device, maybe.
We are still waiting on Kian. Where did that go?
Yeah.
I mean, we need another passport, right?
Well, let's move on from that. Let's talk about Chen showing off the Priv. I don't even know what to say. I don't have anything to say about what he did. But he didn't do a good job. It was just unexpected. I feel like they asked him to show off the Priv, and they kind of he was handed a phone and was told, show us what you got. When he went to open up Google Chrome, it wasn't set up. Right? That just shows that it's not a phone that was used.
No, it was tough to watch. Even some of the questions he was kind of stumbling through, and I don't know. I feel like they kind of cornered him, like, you have to show us the phone if we do the interview or something. I don't know. And he just was not prepared by any means.
Yeah. And you could see he's still used to BlackBerry 10. He's trying to swipe up out of the browser.
Yeah.
Which, I wish that was still an option, but I guess not. Dylan, what do you think? You think you could have done a better job?
Yeah. It's funny. I know a lot of the media outlets reported on it, which is really funny the way they touched on it. It's his company, and he can't even use the phone that's coming out next.
Yeah.
But if he couldn't even show you too that he doesn't even use Android, like ever. Like it doesn't look like he's ever used an Android device. The way he's kind of just stumbling with it.
Yeah.
So even though he's releasing it, it seems like he's still. BlackBerry 10 all the way.
Yeah. Well, it was a good move. It's a good move by BlackBerry. At the end of the day, they got to do it for the business.
That's one thing John Chen has been about more than the others before him, is that he's been about the stockholder. He says, if it's good for the stockholder, I'll get it done.
Yeah.
Greg, are you going to buy a Priv?
I sitting on the Z10, I just purchased a passport from a buddy of mine. It arrives Monday. He's shipping it to me here in Hawaii. So I'm going to start there, and then we'll see what happens when Priv comes out.
Yeah.
I will be upgrading to a Priv for sure through my carrier. I'm due for an upgrade back when I originally got my Z10. So I've been waiting for a killer device to come out to actually be able to upgrade to. I ended up getting a Z30 from one of my buddies for next to nothing, so that's why I'm on a Z30. But so yeah, I'll definitely be getting the Priv.
The passport wasn't big enough of an upgrade for you?
It was, except I wasn't too fond of the keyboard, so I thought I'd stick it out and hold off just to see what comes out after.
It's funny you say that, because looking at the Priv, I wish the Priv had the passport keyboard. I wish it was 3-row.
The one person who I know has the passport absolutely loves the keyboard, but it just seems so redundant to me. I want that 4-row keyboard.
Yeah. Dylan, you'll be picking up the Priv, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Silver Edition is going to become my second phone. I'll be using Priv full time.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. I carry two phones. Right now I carry a Leap and a Silver Edition. Silver Edition is my personal, so that's going to switch to being my work phone, and
Nice.
the Priv will be the my regular. I can't wait for it, but
So
we'll
obviously
see.
you have the Leap as a work phone right now then?
Yeah.
And part of that, is that security based?
Yeah, the company that I'm with, they've given everybody Blackberries.
So
So
do you
there's
think they
that.
would use a Priv?
What's that?
Would they use a Priv? It's a BlackBerry, but it's powered by Android. Is that a security issue for them, and would they do it?
I don't know. That's something I want to ask, but I'm waiting for the Priv to actually come out and see what they say. But I'd rather use the Priv. If that's the case, I think I'd buy two Privs then. Yeah, it's funny. I was out at a cousin's house yesterday, and the Priv has a lot of people talking, even people that would never think about BlackBerry 10. His sister-in-law was sitting at the table, and she's talking about what she referred to it as the BlackBerry Samsung device.
For marketing purposes, probably not a bad idea.
But out of 6 people around the table, all of them due for upgrades, 4 of them were considering the Priv, which is a good sign. Details on the Priv: the camera. That's the biggest upgrade. That's something that BlackBerry has been struggling with. Well, not struggling. The Passport has a great camera, I think, but still not the best. Now they're coming out with an 18 megapixel rear camera and 5 megapixel front. Now people can't complain about cameras, right?
Yeah, and the back is, I'm pretty sure the back is technically 18.2 megapixels. OIS, it's supposed to have some like faster focusing thing, and then the company that's making these lenses makes the lenses for NASA too. They have like contracts with NASA and some other private companies too. So,
Yeah. Well, they went. That's good. It's good to see that.
I think the biggest question is not about the hardware of the camera, because we all know that an 18 megapixel camera is fantastic. It's just the software behind the camera. I mean, you look at all the VP10 devices, yeah, the cameras have been okay, but would the software have made it better?
So are they going to have Android software behind it, or are they going to have a BlackBerry version of the Android software behind it?
look at the renderings and look at the camera app icon. You notice that? It's not a stock.
I haven't noticed it.
It's not a Google stock camera. It's like it looks like a BlackBerry 10 icon.
Okay.
I never even noticed that.
No.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think that'll be part of the Priv. It's going to be interesting. Is how much do they blend? How much is Android? How much is BlackBerry? And when they come together on that.
And blend itself.
Blend itself. There you go.
It's funny. We've seen the Priv twice now on video, and both times we haven't been able to actually see the hub. That's something that that's one of the biggest things that I need to see before I buy this device, is I need to see how the hub operates. In the one video, the guy pressed on the home button, and it gives the options, the Google option, the search, and then the hub. So that's a good sign. There's a way to get to hub from anywhere, but no one's showing the hub. Chen wouldn't show it. Chen barely showed anything really, but.
Well, even if you did open the hub, it would be like, "Welcome to hub." Here's how to set it.
Yeah, on that device they would be like that. But Chen mentioned how the curves on both sides are actually going to be they're going to be used for something. Samsung has a bunch of gestures that you can do on the sides, and they pull up different options. I'm wondering if they're going to integrate that into this Android device, this BlackBerry Android device. Maybe you can swipe and get to the hub from there. What do you guys think that the options that Chen was talking about were?
Maybe like an instant reply to a message of some sort, like we have on BlackBerry 10, kind of like a toast notification. Maybe tap on the side and then it'll open up a dialogue for you to type in.
I don't know, but if you think back, the Playbook had that touch-sensitive bezel. I mean, they've been using the outside of a device for quite a while. They've had that concept, so I can see them having an idea of what to do with the edges.
Yeah.
You saw the image that Crackberry shared of the device with showing how much the battery was charged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's an example of what they could do with it. It's small, but it's effective. And some people
Yeah.
are questioning before. They're like, well, how come it in all the pictures we've seen leaked, it doesn't even look like it has a curved display? It looks like a flat screen. And then the renders came out, and we saw those images come out, and you can see how it curves around the side.
Yeah. There's a lot of Samsung apps right now that integrate that curved display. I wonder if those are going to be available on BlackBerry also. I wonder if there's an agreement between Samsung and BlackBerry to see if we can use those apps on the Priv. It looks like Google's going to be pushing this device. It's going to help BlackBerry out quite a bit. And like you said, it's for the sake of the business. Chen's stepping up, and he's doing things that no one would have thought.
Yeah.
We did a comparison on BlackBerry Central of the Priv with the Black Phone 2 that's coming, that I think is out now. We know that the Black Phone was, I guess, hacked already, the first one.
Pretty quickly, too.
Pretty quick. So what do you guys think about the security of the Priv? Chen made a statement that the Priv will be secure, but we know our app developer, Christian, seems to think otherwise. He's got a lot of opinions, and he doesn't think that they're going to be able to secure it like BlackBerry 10 at least. What do you guys?
I think for people who are, more into this, for the average consumer, they don't think much about being hacked and whatnot. I mean, we see the big celebrity things like the Apple issue where all their photos leaked and whatnot. I think the average consumer doesn't put a whole lot into having their device. They're worried about their credit cards and Target and all that information. They don't think about their phone as being this major security leak. But we know that there's Trojan horses out there. We know that there's malware out there for Android. And it gets in somehow. At what level of the base, I don't know. And to my understanding, they're running a Linux base. It's a modified Linux base, but it's still Linux base. They're not using QNX. So if it's coming in at that point, you still have that issue. And I don't know if you can put a security level above it to block that from getting into contacts, from getting into whatever. But that's my concern, is that root is not QNX.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was interesting to see how BlackBerry, or what BlackBerry is going to do with this DTech app.
Dylan's smiling.
Dylan, do you know something that you want to tell us about it?
No,
That you can't. How about that you can?
Yeah. Our rumor roundups are great to get info from. I'm pretty sure it talks about. Just gonna open up the Central app.
I always like BlackBerry Guardian. I mean, that was impressive when we were doing Amazon apps and it checks the app and whatnot. I mean, it makes me feel better. Whether it's doing anything or not, I don't know, but it makes me feel better, right?
Yeah, exactly. I hope the Priv has that on there too.
You guys know what AVG is, a security company. And they have Android apps that you can install that's supposed to monitor and find malware and stuff, and it works to some extent. You could almost think that BlackBerry could try to do something similar to that. If they could modify the kernel a little bit, add this DTech app in, throw BlackBerry Guardian in there to constantly monitor apps, put something else in there to monitor the system, and have everything try to work together.
I think what BlackBerry needs to kind of implement is more of a preventative measure rather than a surveillance measure.
Yeah, because we can monitor as much as we want, but if they can stop hackers or whatever the security that we're worried about, I mean, that's what it's a great part about BlackBerry 10, and that's why I want to get the Priv. It's just security is a big thing for me. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to buy it for sure, but it's going to take a while for me to fully trust the phone and see how they perform with security.
I don't think I could ever use my email on the Priv, but I'd be okay using BBM and texting and some of the minor stuff like that. But I think everything else would stay on the passport, doing emails.
Yeah.
It just seems like I feel like I can punch out emails way faster on the passport than like on the Classic, for example. So yeah, I don't know. There's not everything you could really use on the Priv or feel 100% comfortable. That's understandable, I think. At least until they announce it, then they can tell you what they've done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully they will. Hopefully that'll be a big part of what they talk about. If they're trying to really bring some of that BlackBerry 10 crowd over, they're going to have to address that. So looking forward, if BlackBerry is able to secure Android, will they then license that ability out to other companies who run Android phones? Is that a moneymaker for them in the long run?
Or is it the enterprise suites and doing it that way?
Yeah.
They seem pretty confident, though. I mean, look on the website. All they're talking about is privacy and security. They named the phone.
That's what the Black phone was about, though. I mean, that was their big deal, right? This is the Black phone. This is the most secure Android device ever. And they really took a shot at BlackBerry in doing that. And they got hacked. The first time, hacker convention, it took them like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But BlackBerry has a lot more to lose.
Very much so.
Yep.
So to say you've been able to secure this phone, like that's, if you don't secure it, then how are people going to trust any QNX, anything that QNX is running on?
Well, but it's not QNX, it's Linux.
Yeah.
So then you start pushing BlackBerry 10 and saying, hey, this is a secure OS.
I think either way, a security breach would be detrimental to BlackBerry's image.
It would.
Regardless of whether it's Android or BB10 or anything like that. I mean, more so BB10 than Android, but nonetheless detrimental to the image.
Well, before we close up here, Dylan, do you want to show everybody your shirt?
Yeah, sure.
There it is.
There you go.
They are good. They're good quality. They're so comfy.
I ordered two, one for myself, one for my girlfriend, and my girlfriend's came in and mine didn't. So I was going to wear one today, but I wasn't going to wear my girlfriend's.
Yeah.
Dylan told me I couldn't win the device, so I had to spend money on a passport.
Yeah. Safer that way.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining today. And thanks to everybody that's listening. I guess we'll see you in a week.
Yeah, go read that DTech article on our site.
Go read the DTech article, the Black phone compared to the Priv article. There's a couple in there, and the rumor roundup. A lot of stuff that we've touched on today we have articles on. So stay tuned.